Marshmallow, and welcome to Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, where art takes a twisted turn. Join me as we bring to life chilling designs and spooky masterpieces, and we do it all one drill at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, grab your drills, and get ready to create something dark and dazzling. Let's paint the darkness together. Come on, let's go. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. I thought maybe it could be fun for some. I don't know how much fun it's going to be for me, but fun if we did kind of a whip and chat situation. But the topic is going to be, I don't know, some facts you didn't know about me. Some fun facts, embarrassing facts, things that you may or may not know about me. Just a way for you to get to know me and for you to get to laugh at me in some instances. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it could be interesting. So, are you ready to learn TMI about me probably? Or some funny things, some interesting things, some things? Let's dive in and get started. I'm going to work on Lucifer. We're almost done-ish. And while I work away on him, I guess I'll tell you some stuff. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll count at the end and find out how many 10 facts, maybe 15, 20, I don't know. All right, let's go. All right, so what can I tell you? What do I want to tell you about me? I guess we can start off, we'll start off easy. Let's see. What might you not know? You may or may not know I possess a doctorate degree, a Juris Doctorate. I went to and graduated from law school with the intent of, my intention was to go to law school and become a prosecutor or a guardian ad litem in family court. I am not currently a practicing attorney, so please do not ask me for legal advice. I cannot give it to you under the canons, ethics, laws, and rules imposed upon law school graduates. So there's that. I'm educated in law. I have a doctorate in law. I have a bachelor in paralegal studies with a paralegal certificate and an associate's in arts. So there you go. I think it's like liberal arts or something like that. Logical. It was like classes with I took one class where all we did is solve logic. Words are hard. Logic problems all day. It was kind of fun. I like, those little puzzle books with the logic problems and stuff. It was like, that was our textbook. That was fun. But yeah. And along that same vein, I graduated my associate's degree from a community college that I will not name. Sorry. I did graduate with my bachelor's degree from the University of Illinois. And I declined to name my law school. Sorry, privacy. But I promise it's literally the degree that it has is about worth a roll of toilet paper is right over yonder. Let's see. What else might you not know about me? I once, fact number 2, I guess. I once lost 80 pounds, 80 pounds in 4 months. Now, before anybody is like, wow, congratulations. No. The theory is the best that the medical people can tell. When I was 40, I had my first stroke and it broke my throat. Like, my throat muscles were affected. I could not swallow liquids, solids. How am I alive then? I was kept alive by Boost and Ensure shakes, which, fun fact, I was told at the time, don't know how true it is, don't know if it's still true, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, like an MD. I'm not a medical doctor, but I was told that that's kind of what they give invalids and such to keep them alive in their feeding tubes sometimes, or if they can be fed that stuff. And it's all the, 3 a day, I think it is, or 4 a day, is all the nutrients that you need as a human to stay alive. Do not take this as medical advice or fact. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying that's what I remember being told. But yeah, I could not swallow for a year and a half, and in the first 4 months of that long, scary, terrible year and a half, I lost 80 pounds in 4 months. It started off with losing about 2 pounds a day, and then as the weight was coming off, it went down to like 1 pound a day, then a half a pound a day, then a half a pound every couple days, until I leveled out. And I didn't gain, but I didn't lose. And eventually, with physical therapy and stubbornness, I ended up learning how, to retrain my body to swallow again, though I do still have swallowing issues crop up pretty much daily. But I've learned tips, tricks, techniques, and stuff until I learn how to eat relatively normally. And as a result from that massive quick weight loss, I guess this is fact number 3, maybe, or 2.5. I did suffer from the whole excess skin situation for a while. Which leads me to interesting, I don't know, is interesting the right word? I don't know, just fact. It's nothing. It's not interesting. It's not, well, it's just a fact. Fact number 3. I once had plastic surgery. Yep. I had plastic surgery upon my face. I did that. Why did I do that? When I was 17, I was in a car accident where the left half of my face, the left side of my face, the skin was shaved off, and I wanted the glass removed from my face, and I wanted my face put back together. So I had to undergo a couple plastic surgeries to put my face back together. Can you tell now? Most people say no until I point out the scars. The scars they did a really good job, scars. But for quite some time, I couldn't go out in public without people looking at me weird and stuff, because I always had half of my face bandaged. And then while the scars healed, I had big, bubbly, poofy scars. There were some complications. Had to get some of the scars refixed. But yeah, I had plastic surgery on the left side of my face to put the skin back together after a car accident, which I guess is fact number 4. When I was 17, I was in a car accident. I was hit by a drunk driver, pretty much head on. It was actually, he hit the front driver's side of the car, but I was in the front passenger seat. And I was not wearing my seat belt. Very bad. Went through the windshield. Well, hit the windshield, then bounced and went through it the second time I hit it. And that's what led to my need for plastic surgery on my face. Oh, fact number, where are we? 4, I guess. I once walked around in public for an undetermined amount of time with my whole entire Rumpelstiltskin, my rump, out to the world, visible. Everyone could see it. Yes, I was on a day trip to a place called Tybee Island, which is in extreme southern Georgia. near Savannah-ish, like past out, and South Carolina, kind of by Hilton Head is another area, place around there. But we lived about 45 minutes like northish of Savannah at the time, and we had decided to take a day trip. I need to adjust my papers, sorry. A day trip up to Tybee, and it was a chillier day, which I hadn't been expecting. I thought it was warm when we left, but it ended up being chilly. The longer we were out, the colder it got, it felt like. We went to the beach and we're looking at shells and the ocean and just, you know, all that stuff. And like I said, I thought it was warmer than what it was. And so when I got dressed to go to the beach, I wore linen pants. And there were times throughout the day where we stopped and sat on, we'll call them rustic wooden benches, and then would get up and resume walking the beach and such. And I believe we spent most of the day there. And it wasn't until the evening when we arrived back home that I got out of the car and I'm making my way into the house, and my daughter says, "Mom, I see your butt, ha 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 ha." Like, what? Stop. I thought she was messing with me. I was like, shut up, stop. You can't trick me, you can't fool me, and whatever. She's like, no, really, I could see your butt. Your whole entire butt. And I'm like, what are you even going on about? And I reached behind me and I felt bare bottom because, yeah, you can figure out that part. But I apparently, I guess, what I assume happened is sometime during the course of the day, in one of the instances where we sat on a wooden bench, I do remember one particular time where I felt like it snagged my pants maybe, or caught on a splinter or something, but I didn't think anything of it. I didn't hear any rips. I didn't, didn't really tug. It just kind of, I felt it catch. And I think probably then is when the tear occurred. But apparently my whole, like, those linen pants, they were thin, and something had got them, and it ripped like a whole, more than half. I mean, pretty much made my pants bottomless, like hiney-less. And I had been walking around like that for I don't know how long. I remember thinking, like, I know it's chilly, but man, this is a lot more chilly than I expected. And I remember looking back, hindsight being what it is, I'm like, people are kind of looking at me weird. I don't understand. Like, what, do you have a problem? Well, yeah, the problem was that my booty was hanging out everywhere in public. Yay! So yes, guess I gave a free show to a bunch of people that day in Georgia. Fact number 6. We may have had this is more about my dad kind of, but I think my dad had an encounter with a shark at that same beach on a different summer, a different day at least. My dad had come to visit and he wanted to go to see the ocean because it was only about an hour and a half away. And so Leah and I took him to the beach, and he went in the ocean, and he kept going further and further out, and I kept telling him, don't do that, but he kept doing that, and he got pretty far out there. I was getting a little concerned, and all of a sudden he's like, ouch, and he books it back to the shore. And I was like, what happened? And he showed me his abdomen, and there was like red scritchy scratchies on it. And he said, something bumped me, and then you know, scratched, bit, clawed something to me. And I kept feeling, I booked it, but I kept feeling like something was right there, and I kept feeling my feet bonk into something, and he got a little frightened. And then we were like, okay, well, let's just be done. Let's be done now. And we went home, and that night or the next day, I don't remember if it was that night or the next day, the local news was going on about how a couple of great white sharks had been seen at that very same beach that day, later that day after we had been there. Was that what, you know, was clobbering my father and left some red marks on him? It was if I remember correctly, it was a great white, at least one or two great whites, and if I'm trying to recall, don't hold me to this, but I think it was a baby was with them, a little juvenile, and that could very well be what was playing with my dad in the water. We'll never know. He never saw it. He just felt it. And it didn't, and he got all panicky and scared. His hackles went up. He had a bad, unnerving feeling, you know. So, and he had the marks to prove it. I think this is, I don't know, fact number 7. I have been on my own since I was 15. 15. I know that I kind of choked that out. Sorry. 15. Yep. I had dropped out of high school, and I got a full-time job, and I was on my own, paying and living in my own place, paying my own rents and bills and such, and went and got my GED when I turned 18, and then when I was 21, after I had Leah, I went to start my college journey. But yeah, I was on my own at 15 years old. Bet you didn't know that. Well, some of you might have, but not everybody. Fact number 8, maybe? I've lost count. Okay. 8. I was once featured with other people, but I was once in USA Today newspaper and the Chicago Tribune. I'm not going to tell you when or what for, but I have the articles. I clipped them. That was back when like people actually got physical newspapers. I have proof. Proofity proof. Yeah, I was in USA Today and the Chicago Tribune. How cool is that? I was famous. Not really, but it was a big deal to me. Fact number 9. I once was given a gold medal award situation from the governor of a state. I'm not going to say which state. A state. And but yeah, I currently still possess it, actually. Yep. I got some fancy schmancy gold medal from a governor once upon a time. Fact number 9, which is not, I mean, that's probably pretty well known or easily figure outable or whatever just from watching videos, but I have a 25-year-old daughter. Surprise. Yep. We have 5 kids. 30, about to turn 33, right? 32. 32. Numbers are hard, sorry. 32, 25, about to turn 23, 23, 24, about to turn 24.
Yes.
And 19 and 18?
20 and 19.
20 and 19. Numbers are hard. Sorry, guys. I know. Don't think I'm not a bad parent, okay? Numbers are hard. Don't tell me, people with multiple kids, don't tell me you haven't like mixed up ages or names. You get frustrated and you call one kid by another kid's name. Don't come for me. Fact number 10. I once broke my wrist and arm in 7 places on my 13th birthday. Yep. I was wanting to be one of the cool kids who had their birthday party at a skating rink, a roller rink, and finally my parents said okay and dropped me off at the roller rink, and all my friends came and we were having a good old time. But I was one of those wall clingers. I would hang on to the wall for dear life with like my right hand, because I'm right-handed, and kind of slow hobble my way around. And some people were skating too fast and couldn't take the curves, or the turns, if you will, the curves, and came flying around and couldn't stop in time and couldn't get out of the way and knocked me down. And that's where some of the breakage occurred. And then while I was on the ground, more speedy people came around and they couldn't stop or get out of the way in time, I guess, and rolled over my arm. I was in a cast for a very, very long time. Fact number 11, speaking of casts, I was in a cast of some form for almost, I think it was about 1.5 years of my youth. I had some feet arch tendon issue when I was younger and required some surgeries to lengthen my Achilles tendons and remove some extra calcium deposits, aka extra bones that had grown in my foot. And because of all that, I spent in what felt like an eternity in walking casts, cast, crutches, wheelchair for a very brief period. Used that as much as I possibly could, like at school and stuff. But yeah, and of course along with that came, as you might imagine, all the making fun ofs and stuff, and mean kids being mean because it's something different, you know. But yeah, I've spent a lot of time for a couple years in a cast of some kind upon my legs and or feet. Yay, that was real fun. I've lost count, but I'm going to say I'm on fact 12. Some of you already know this, some of you don't. I am an avid video gamer. Doesn't mean I'm great at them. I just really like playing them, and I always have been. I have always been a video gamer. Always. We're talking, you know, I missed the Atari boat by a little bit, but I did hop in on the Nintendo, the original NES. That's where I got hooked on video games from there. NES and Game Boy. And yeah, I've played video games ever since. It is something I turn to in times of anxiety and stress. It's a good relief for me. It's a good relaxation tool, and it's entertaining. I enjoy it, even when I suck at it. I play Dead by Daylight. and I play 7 Days to Die, and occasionally I play other games. Like over the years, I was a big fan of the Resident Evil series. If you were too, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, Resident Evil, Fallout. I've been a big fan for the most part of the Fallout series. Final Fantasy. I love the old turn-based Final Fantasies. The more modern ones that are kind of more action adventure-y, I am not the fondest of, but I love me some turn-based RPG. I also really have enjoyed the MMO RPGs of old. I don't like the newer ones necessarily, like Battle Royale and PvP style. I was a big fan of like EverQuest and EverQuest 2, World of Warcraft. I think I played Rift a little bit. But yeah, I liked those types of MMORPGs. I don't really like stuff that's coming out right now. Which leads me to, I guess, factoid number, we'll go with 13. I invested in the Kickstarter for a game several years ago that, almost a decade ago, that's still not out. It's called Ashes of Creation, if anybody's heard of it. It's supposed to be, if it ever gets finished, it's supposed to be along the same vein as old school MMORPGs like World of Warcraft and stuff, kind of bringing that back. And if they can pull it off, I might be all about it. But yeah, that's how much into video games I am. I invested in a Kickstarter for one. Let's hope it pans out. Yay. Fact number 14. My favorite color is not black. What? What? Yeah. Well, my favorite color is not black. My favorite color, I have a couple favorite colors. I really like browns. My daughter says I'm allergic to color. She could be right. I'm allergic to like lots of things apparently. Color might be one of them. I do like browns. I like burnt orange is another fave. Like a dark foresty, piney green. Pine fir tree green. I like those colors a lot. But black is not my favorite. Did you know that? Bet you didn't. Ah, I got you on one, huh? Let's see, what else? Oh, here's another fact. Fact number 15, maybe? I have something called misophonia. Misophonia is it's kind of, I think it's a neurological or perhaps a mental kind of disorder-y thing, but there are certain sounds that trigger an intense rage in me. And for me, my trigger is people's mouth noises. Anything squelchy. Stirring a pot of macaroni and cheese or spaghetti sends me into a rage if I hear it. I just, ugh. People open mouth chewing really bothers me. Smacking their gums bothers me. Just the sounds of people eating. And it's really an interesting ailment, if you will. If you've never heard of it, you should look it up. It's called misophonia. But basically, I can't explain it. I can be in a movie theater. All the loud noises from the movie. Action movie. Boom, pow, oh. All those noises, you know. And I won't be able, that dulls out and it becomes, I don't hear it, like where I don't hear it, and all I can hear is people around me eating and smacking their lips and crinkling their wrappers. And I can't even go to a movie theater anymore. I can't tell you the last time I was at a movie theater. Yep, I don't watch movies in theaters since well before the you-know-what. The thing that locked us down for a while. I can't do it. can't do it. It just makes me angry. I just get angry. Oh, that leads me, fun fact 16. I do not like cartoons or comedy at all. It actually kind of irritates me. Same as like with the eating. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I was a kid once. I did watch Fraggle Rock and Scooby-Doo. Those are tolerable. Like Scooby-Doo's tolerable. There are some that are tolerable. But for the most part, cannot stand, will refuse to watch, drives me into like a really bad mood, a little grumpy if I have to watch or hear cartoons. And I won't ever voluntarily watch a comedy movie. I don't know. I mean, I have a sense of humor. I don't enjoy comedies. You might catch me watching a romantic comedy. That might happen, but yeah, I don't know. I laugh at things. I find things funny. I do have some kind of sense of humor, but not like the majority of other people. You know, people watch comedies and find them funny and laugh, and I just find them annoying and whatever. Don't like them. Factoid 17. I am an avid reader, though I have not read anything in quite some time. If I didn't have this channel and I didn't, split my time, my free time between this channel and diamond painting and things like that and video gaming, I would be reading. I carry a book with me in my purse everywhere I go, and I love to read. My favorite genre is, don't laugh at me, okay, please. Maybe I think it'd be categorized as young adult paranormal romance type of thing. I really liked, again, don't come for me, I really liked the Twilight books and stuff. I did read, kind of outside my genre comfort zone, I did read the 50 Shades of Grey. I actually liked those books. I know, unpopular opinion, whatever, I don't care. It's yeah, I liked them. Leave me alone. Some other book, I'm trying to think of I don't remember. I also like dystopian type of young adult dystopian books. I read some current things on my bookshelf are the Woven Kingdom series, the Princess Crown, Princess Game, Princess Trials. I'm looking at like Faded Horizon, is a Mystic, and Tracy Wolf Crush series, to name a few. Shoot, I don't remember the name of the series. It's not the Princess Diaries. Stop it. It's something to do with like something to do with princesses. I don't remember now. And there was this one called, like, I think it's the Crush series. I liked that one. Is it called Crush? Maybe. Anyway, I like to read those books, and I like to read like the weird states, like weird Missouri, weird Illinois, weird Georgia, weird, and just kind of see all the haunted places or oddities, weird rock formations, life, bigger than life ketchup bottle, where you can find those and the history behind them. I do like reading those sometimes. But most of my leisure reading is young adult paranormal, romance, and dystopian. Good mommy deed for the day. I must now plug my daughter's book. Her book is Within My Skin by Leah Marie Brock, available at Barnes & Noble and Amazon and other book retailers. Link is in the description box down below. Do you read? What's your genre jam? What is it? I want to know. Book suggestions. If anybody has I have a to read pile that is like at least a dozen deep at this point. I am so far behind in like leisure reading. I haven't done it in, when did I start this channel? That long. So I hope to read. I hope to find time to read again soon. But whenever I do find time to read, it's like also time to nap. I'm like, I have some free time. Maybe I should read a book. I'm going to nap. I guess that could be fact 18, maybe. But reading is something that, and car rides will put me to sleep. Without fail. Every time. Inevitably. Is anybody else like that? I guess it might stem from when I was an infant. My dad said that I was a colicky baby. And he discovered when I was a baby that to get me to go to sleep so that he could go to sleep, it was the quickest way to do that was a car ride. Yeah. Stick me in the car and drive me around the block a couple times and I would just conk out. And to this day, I tell you what, any sort of distance in a car, I can't sleep in a car because that car accident, I just can never really get comfortable enough to go to sleep. But it sure does make me tired. Sure does make me tired. What other factoids? I think we're at 19 or something now, right? Fact 19, maybe. I lost track. I used to be, and I still am, but it used to be like obsessively so, but I used to be a makeup fanatic. And like I said, I still kind of am, but not as hardcore as I used to be. I would spend a couple hours, like 2 hours, putting on a full beat every day, every single day, even if I wasn't going anywhere. This face had to have all the makeups on it. And I used to only pretty much exclusively watch makeup YouTube. Still peek in on it once in a while. Huge fan of the makeup. My makeup vice was foundation. I was a foundation junkie. And I have at least, I probably have like $10,000 or so in makeup. I do have some Dior makeup, Tom Ford, Charlotte Tilbury, NARS. I'm trying to think, Chanel. Yeah, multiple foundations, face palettes, like eyeshadow palettes. Like I pretty much own Charlotte Tilbury, the whole line, everything that you could think of. But yeah, tons and tons of makeup, a big makeup junkie, and I was particularly fond of foundation, and I own a bunch of it. I can't seem to let it go. It Cosmetics. I was a big fan of It Cosmetics as well, and Misha. Do you guys, any of you out there, makeup junkies? What's your vice? I knew a lot of people that were into eyeshadows, creating eyeshadow looks, eyeshadow palettes, and things like that. I wanted to, but I could never really get the hang of doing my eyeshadow very well. And again, I would get all these colorful palettes after seeing them in videos and seeing they made it look so easy to create these eye looks, you know? And I'm like, I could totally do that, and I'll just watch the video and do what they do. And get the makeup brushes was another one of my things. I once spent like several $100s on a makeup brush set, a fancy makeup brush set. But I would convince, they made it look so freaking easy. And I would get the palette, I would get the brushes, I would watch the video 50 times in slow motion, step by step, pausing it 100 times, just do exactly what they did, and still look like a clown. So I was not good at eyeshadow, I was not good at highlighter, and not good at brows. I could not draw, color, fill in, whatever you want to call it. I cannot brow two even similar looking brows, let alone twins. They don't even look like step cousins when I do that. I try so hard. I even tried those stupid stencil things that you put the stencil up to your face and then you bop, bop, bop the little powder poofy eyebrow crap on there, and it's supposed to magically make you have like identical perfect brows. No, I just look like an Angry Bird character. I tried though. They all make everything look so easy, don't they? Fact number 20. My favorite food item of life, snack-wise, is white cheddar cheese popcorn by Smart Food brand. Yep. I can sit there and literally eat. I could eat that all day, every day, nonstop, just nom, nom, nom. If I was at the factory and had an endless supply, it would be bad. It would be so bad. I have got to be carefully monitored. I can only have it on special occasions. That's my own self-imposed rule, because otherwise I will just every day $5 bag of Smart Food popcorn, white cheddar. Nom 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 nom. My 21, by the way. My favorite actual food item, I think, oh, it's a tough one. From home, like from baking at home, baked spaghetti. I think baked spaghetti is going to have to take the prize for that one. I'm a huge lover of the baked spaghetti. We're talking about home cooked meals. I tend to like Italian food. I like a lot of pastas and stuff. Yeah, but if we're eating out, fact number 22, if we're eating out, my favorite food is a good taco salad. Not just any taco salad. It's got to be a good one. If it's fast food, I do like Wendy's. I like their old school taco salad, but I think my love for taco salad came from when I was really quite younger, like single digits young, maybe early double digits young. My father worked at a grocery store, a small hometown grocery store chain type of situation, and their deli department had these taco salads I want to say Tuesday, because like Taco Tuesday, but honestly I think it was Thursdays, and I have never been able to replicate that magic. They kind of had the stale tortilla chips a little bit, you know. I don't like stale tortilla chips, but it worked in the salad. And I've never been able to make taco meat to taste the same. And they had this super, super fat shredded cheddar cheese and But yeah, if we eat out, taco salad. Another like more modern, from out of the house favorite taco salad situation is Jim Boy's in Northern California. I miss that freaking place. That was amazing. I don't think I've ever found a taco salad that I thought was as good as Jim Boy's, though I keep searching. We keep trying. There's a couple good ones around here, but they will not top Jim Boy's or small hometown grocery store deli department from the 90s. Factoid, I don't know where we're at. 22, maybe. I had a good one, and it was about food. It was about food out, and now I can't remember. I forgot. I have to kind of rewind that a little bit. When I was talking about my favorite food from home is baked spaghetti, but also pretty much right up there with it, tamales. Fluffy's mom, Mama Garcia. Oh, if you're out there, Mama Garcia, I love you. Her tamales, phenomenal. Oh, which kind of reminds me of Chevy's. Chevy's was a really good Mexican restaurant that I have not been to in forever, but I miss it. It was really yummy. So there's that. What are we at now? 23? Fun fact number 23. I used to be heavily into extreme couponing. Yeah, I was one of those people that held up the line with my binder of coupons, and I would go in with literally handfuls and handfuls of coupons that have 2 to 3 carts, and I would take forever to check out, and I was the one that would hold, they'd have to open a special line for. And my biggest, like, most proud haul of ever that I had was at a Kmart. And they actually, I had 2 carts full of household goods and groceries and H&B and all that stuff. 2 whole big honkin' heaping cartfuls. And they actually owed me 13 cents when it was done. They had to pay me to take that stuff out. And I think it's probably people like me at that time and you know, that kind of killed the coupon market, if you will. I'm told. I don't really do it. I don't do it anymore, you know, couponing. But as I'm told, apparently you can't really extreme coupon easily anymore. Though I think there is an extreme coupon group in our area. But it's not what it used to be. There's no way I would get 2 cartfuls of food and H&B and stuff like that for them owing me 13 cents or for negative 13 cents. That was my best haul, but I would be able to pretty much supply all of the grocery needs. This is is this a B? This is hard to tell what it is. Yeah, I think it's a B. But yeah, I was obsessive. I would go out every Sunday and I would get 3 different brands of newspapers, 4 each of 3 different brand of newspapers. And I would spend all day clipping all the coupons and putting them in my little coupon binder in their little categories. And then I would spend the next week, all week, every day, all day, checking my phone pretty constantly. And there would be days where sometimes I would jump up and rush out of the house. Ooh, I missed an L. Jump up and rush out of the house multiple times a day to go run to a store and try to get a good deal that would pop up. I would use Crazy Coupon Lady as my primary source of where the deals were and how to get them. You know what I mean? Use these coupons and get these items and all that stuff. It pretty much told me where to go and what to do. I just had to get myself there and do it. But yeah, it was bad. It was bad, but it was good because it saved a bunch of money and, you know, never wanted for anything. Matter of fact, here I am like 100 years later and I still have like a metric poo ton of razors. And well, we're running low now. We're starting to run out, but we had razors. I had several dozen bottles of laundry detergent and, you know, then, oh, there's some B's right there. I missed the normal, you know, stuff that you get: shampoos, conditioners, shaving creams, razors, toothbrushes, toothpastes, the whole 9. I'm just now starting to run out of a lot of that stuff, but I had been amassing it for years. I had a whole stockpile room, shelves and everything. I would go to Target and come out with like 10 big old packs of toilet paper and paper towels and stuff like that. Kind of cray, but hey, you do what you gotta do to save $1. How about fact number 25? I am a night owl. Oh yes, I am a night person. I am not a morning person. I'm a night person. I'm not anything having, oh, wrong letter. Anything having to do with daylight. It's a big no for me. But no, I am a night owl. I just get a burst of energy in the nighttime hours, and I've always been that way. That's, I guess, a little factoid. I'm a night person, not a morning person. Anybody else out there a night person? And it just, I've always thought it was the big suck that the way our world turns is predominantly centered around day people. Day people, businesses open and close according to daytime hours, doctors' offices, daytime hours. What about us people that like don't function really well when the sun is out? What about us vampires? We need services too. That's biased. That's so unfair. We have to work around daytime liking people. I think it's interesting, like why our society works around daytime. I guess because the sun's up and you can see better. You're more productive. I don't know, but yeah, no, I am not a day person. I don't like daytime. I don't like the sun. Don't like the heat. Don't like it. Don't give me nighttime all the time. I'll be fine with that. Which I guess would be fact number 26. My favorite season. My favorite season, I think, would have to be... It's a tough one. It's between fall and winter, obviously. Probably fall because Halloween. But winter has Christmas, and I love giving gifts. So, man, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But I'm going to have to go with fall because you can wear a sweatshirt and be comfortable. Winter, sometimes you need something heavier, especially if you live in a snowy area and whatever. But yeah, my favorite season, I guess, would be fall then. For a myriad of reasons. It cools down, the leaves change colors, and Halloween and Thanksgiving. Yeah, I like fall. What about you? What's your favorite season? Number 20. Where are we? 26? Let's call it 26. I don't know. Number 26. I have never been outside of this country, of the United States. Never been out of this country. I haven't even seen the entirety of this country. I have never been to the Northeast or the East Coast. The closest I've been is South Carolina, and that was not leisure, so didn't really get to enjoy much, take in much stuff in that regard. But yeah, I haven't been further than Indiana, like further east than Indiana. I did go to New York when I was a kid once because my grandmother lived there, but I really don't remember much. I remember Magic Mountain, I think is what it was called, and perhaps the Statue of Liberty from the airplane window, maybe, or I might have made it up. I don't know. I was that young. It might. Did I grab the wrong? No. But yeah, I've never really been further east than Indiana or Tennessee. I think I dipped a toe into Kentucky once, and South Carolina, North Carolina. Yeah, we went to North Carolina. I've been to Florida, but like I've never breached past that. I do also think that perhaps maybe I had been to Virginia when I was real little, but too little to remember, so it doesn't count. But I would really like to see Maine. I've always wanted to go to Maine. Don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just want to go there and I want to see it. I want to see snow as 12 feet deep and stuff in the winter. No, I would love to see the rest of the country, and I haven't really been too much central north or Northwest. I've been to like Oregon and Washington, but I haven't been to like Wyoming, Montana, Utah. Think I stopped at changed planes in Colorado, but didn't really get to see anything outside the airport, you know what I'm saying? Dakotas, haven't been to the Dakotas. The furthest like north in that region I went was Kansas. And yeah, I haven't really seen much of the country. I've dipped a toe here and there, but I'd like to see more of it. I would like to see more of it. I guess number 27, maybe. Bucket list. I have a bucket list. Yes, I do. And on that bucket list, one of the top things on there is I want to go to Ireland and or Scotland with Leah. She owns a parcel of land there, and she's a lady. She's a lady. There's a very loose definition. She owns land there, so legally she can title herself Lord or Lady if she wanted to do, put that on her license or passport. I keep trying to get her to do it, but she won't do it. And I'm like, girl, please, for me, just make me happy and do this one thing for me. Insist that you be referred to as Lady Leah. I should have bought the land on my own. Then I could have been, my own lady. She's not taking full advantage of her land ownership. I would. Oh yeah, Lady Mushmallow. Right here, folks. Lady Mushmallow. That's what I would be. I need to go. It wasn't that expensive. I saw it on a Slapped Ham. Anybody watch Slapped Ham? There was a period of time where for a while he was really promoting that, basically buy a tree or something in Scotland, and you get to own that piece of land, and then you can, technically you're a lord or a lady. I bought that for her, but that's one of her dreams, is to see Ireland or Scotland or both. Big fan of the Outlander also. And yeah, so I bought her a parcel of land over there. Maybe it'll be the parcel with the magic rocks that can teleport her to the Outlander. Oh gosh, wouldn't that be something? I guess fun fact number 28, I am absolutely petrified of drowning. However, I do love to swim in like pools and stuff. I don't go more than like thigh deep in open water, like oceans, lakes, anything. Not me. But I'm petrified of drowning, but love to swim. Go figure. If we had a pool, I would be living in it all day, every day. In the summer, you would find me a crispy marshmallow bacon piece outside, because I would be out there 24/7 nonstop. I would either be a human prune or a piece of bacon, or somehow maybe both. But yeah, that's one of my big fears. Fun facts. Where are we? 28, 29? 28, 29? I don't know. We're going to call it 29, I guess. Fears. What are my biggest fear? Again, like I said, I'm afraid of drowning. I am terrified of things that buzz and have stingy heinies. Wasps, bees. I have a phobia of bugs in general. I can't stand bugs. I freak out, ow. And I do stupid stuff like that. I don't know what I just did there. I was really beating up this canvas. Just talking about bugs. I can't stand bugs. Can't do it. can't do it. Creeps, it crawls, it slithers, it's slimy, it looks at you wrong. A spider, a bee, a gnat. It does not matter. Do not like bugs. Do not like them. Huge, huge fear. What else am I afraid of? I'm afraid of drowning. I'm afraid of bugs. I'm afraid of... Do I have any other, like, zombie apocalypse? I have an irrational, admittedly irrational fear of a zombie apocalypse occurring. Anytime I move to a new house, if at all possible, it has to not be anywhere near a cemetery. Like, as far away from a cemetery as humanly possible, please. And I always know of I have like multiple exit plans in my brain in case of an apocalypse and zombies come in the front door. I know how to get out otherwise. I have a, okay, here comes a news flash. There's a zombie apocalypse. The world's, turning to zombies. I have a plan. A plot. I know who I need on my survivor team. Yeah, really irrational fear of that. Going to cemeteries is really hard for me because Night of the Living Dead, anyone? Yeah, the original? Gosh. I know that that's sci-fi and whatnot, like the rational part of my brain, but there's also been huge advancements in science and technology and stuff, and I have to believe that if they're cloning things, it's not too far off before they reanimate things. And I don't know. Just, yeah, irrationally afraid of a zombie apocalypse. I'd like to think I would make it after, playing 7 Days to Die and watching The Walking Dead and all kinds of shows like that, but let's be real here. I'd probably be one of the first to go. I'd probably be like, what? Looking around. What did you say? What are you talking? What's going on? Huh? Fun fact 30. Leah and I witnessed a crime being committed. A theft. Not a robbery, a theft. I took Leah to Winchester Mystery Park. Or house, or Winchester Mystery Place, while on a medical visit down by San Jose, if I'm not mistaken. We were going to Stanford Medical, and while we were there for the weekend or whatnot, I decided, since she took the time to come with me, I would treat her to some sightseeing and fun activities, and one of them was the Winchester Mystery House. That place was in the middle of a terrible, terrible neighborhood, and we were entering the parking lot, and I was focusing on driving and not hitting people or cars and finding a parking spot. She was busy looking around, and I accidentally turned the wrong way down a lane. And when I did so, it came into full view some people breaking into someone's van in the parking lot and robbing them. And I was just sitting there like, oh my gosh, I went the wrong way. And I'm like looking around. She's like, Mom, get out of here. Mom, go. Mom. I'm like, well, I can't go. It's the wrong way. She's like, I do not care. They see us. And I'm like, who sees us? What are you going on about? She's freaking out, locking the doors and panicking. And should I call 911? What do I do? I'm like, what is happening? She's like, right in front of you. Look. And yeah, right in front of me. The car that I had stopped and made me realize that I was going the wrong way. So the car that was like right in front of us, facing us, going the correct direction and making it clear that I was going the incorrect direction, was actually the getaway car for the people who were actively breaking into a van in the parking lot and stealing their stuff. And she was so, they see me seeing them. They're, oh my gosh, they see us. Go, Mom. And she was so, yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. So yeah, we got to witness a crime being occurred and almost became the victims of the criminals. Luckily, I backed us up and zoom, vroom, vroomed us on. I drove straight up to the main building, and they're like, do not park here, emergency lane situation, shuttle bus, whatever. I did not care. I got us up to safety, the safety of public and people and security. I flagged down a security guard and told him what was going on and told him to call the police, and he did. And it was a whole big thing. But yeah, family mommy daughter date day type of thing. Supposed to be a fun activity, and I guess I almost got us into more fun than fun. Almost got us into some trouble. Eek. So yeah, that happened. I'm such an idiot. She still holds that against me sometimes because I literally didn't see this crime. Here I am, went to law school to be a prosecutor, which means somebody who argues for, the criminal to go to jail. And I didn't even see the crime being committed literally 5 feet in front of me. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. And they saw us and we saw them, and oh gosh, she was terrified. She's like, I wish I could unsee them. I don't want to know what they look like. I'm scared. And I'm like, it's reasonable. I understand. My bad. Sorry, kid. Didn't mean to get us in this position. I was just looking for a parking spot and made a wrong turn in Albuquerque. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that occurred. And side note, Winchester Mystery House, huge disappointment in my opinion. Unfortunately, the house has not been kept up. It seemed to be in pretty bad repair, and they cheapened it by putting these hokey sound boxes hidden everywhere to do like creepy sounds on at a certain point in the tour guide script and stuff. It was interesting as a piece of history and nostalgia and interest, but it was really disappointing and sad to see that they just really haven't taken care of it, and the neighborhood around the house is just garbaggio. That's code for garbage. It was terrible. Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll throw in a few extras. I have never been on a cruise. Even though I'm afraid of drowning in deep water and oceans, would love to go on a cruise sometime. I want to go on a cruise. Just to say I've been on a cruise and see what going on a cruise is like and see a new place, and I want to go on a cruise, but I want it to be fully functional with operable bathrooms and no human trafficking, please. And I really don't think I want to go anywhere that's tropical. I have no desire. There's another factoid. We're just racking them up and I've stopped counting. But here's another factoid. I have no desire to go anywhere tropical ever. I do not like the heat. I do not respond well to heat. My body does not respond well to heat. Heat is not my friend. I do not like it. I do not like to sweat. There's another one for you. Sweating makes me grouchy. Oh, it really does. If I start even getting a little bit overheated, I turn into an unbearable mega monster bia. Yeah, no. I don't do sweat, and I don't like heat. I don't like sun. Therefore, it stands to reason I would not appreciate in any capacity a tropical vacation. Lots of people, like, that's a goal or a dream or whatever. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to some tropical islands for vacation. I want to go to Cancun. No, not me. You will never hear me say that. And if you do hear me say that, just know that I've been body snatched, or that's an SOS in disguise or something. I never want to go to an island, a beachy, balmy, tropically. No. Nope, 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 nope. No, thank you. Not for me. So, well, I guess now you know me a little bit better. If you wanted to, there you go. And if you didn't, I'm really sorry. And I just thought it could be fun for me to tell you guys some little known or unknown facts about me. I would like to get to know you. Can you answer some of the questions too? Let me know. What are your fears? Tell me all your fears. Shoot. No, you don't have to. I don't need to know your fears. It's okay. That was really terrible request. Let me try that again. You know, if you want to share some of your like favorite foods, or something that people might not know about you, that's cool. I would love to hear it. Did any of those things surprise you about me? Did you already know any of those things? I know some of you did. I know some of you know about the video game, and you come hang out with me on a regular basis over on Twitch when I stream Dead by Daylight with Sundown. So that one wasn't a shocker to you, I'm sure. But yeah, I threw in a couple of embarrassing facts or stories in there for you so that you could laugh at me. But honestly, I don't think I have too many of the embarrassing. Oh, I do have another embarrassing story. Here's an extra fun fact, embarrassing story, and then I'll let you go. One time when Leah was single digits year old, well before I met my ex, so she was less than 7. We lived in the on the Illinois side of the river in the St. Louis area, not far from St. Louis, but on the Illinois side. And about an hour away in Eureka was Six Flags. Yes, my friend, Six Flags. And she wanted, to go to an amusement park. And I said, let's go to Six Flags. And I got a friend of mine, and she came to visit. And then we packed up and we headed out to Six Flags for the day. And we went to Six Flags. It was a very hot day. And remember, I said, I do not do well in heat. My body does not respond well in heat. I do not like to sweat. And, well, we went on a very hot day. And I happened to be, again, trying to beat the heat. And I was wearing linen. I needed to learn. I have learned since. I rarely ever wear anything linen anymore. I've had too many mishaps. But I was wearing a linen outfit. It was a pair of pants and a nice shirt. And you'd think that I would have stayed nice and cool. I did not. It was very hot. Very, very summer day hot. And we weren't at Six Flags long at all when my friend, oh no, you guys have been putting the wrong drill down. I've been putting G's where 5s go. Why didn't you say something? Oh no. Oh, that was a G. That was good. That one could stay. Okay. Oh no, you guys. I noticed. I was like, why is this not the right colors? Gosh darn it. Now I have to go fix everything. Anyway, we were at Six Flags. And we weren't there long, and it was starting to get hot. It was still like morning, and so it was starting to get hot. And I was starting to get a little perspiry, and I was starting to melt, okay? Like the Wicked Witch, style melting. I was melting. And they had these little not showers, I call them shower, but they weren't showers. It was the mister things that you could walk under, little mist machines and whatever to try to cool off. But we're walking around, and I'm starting to like lose it. I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm flipping, flapping, frickin' frackin' hot. And my friend said, "Hey, you okay?" No, I'm hot. She's like, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm like, tell me what? She's like, your pants are wet. And I'm like, what? And I look, and okay, you guys, swamp parts. I'm just gonna say that. I had the thin linen pants on. It just, you get them wet, and you can see that they're wet. Swamp parts in the front, swamp parts under in the back, swamp parts behind the knees, swamp parts in the pits, swamp parts everywhere. And I'm in the middle of an amusement park with my child who's just trying to have a good time, and I have turned into a swamp creature. I was so embarrassed because we're out in public, we're walking around, and I'm swampy, if you get my drift, everywhere you don't want to be. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I spent the rest of the day hopping from Mr. to Mr. to Mr. Not like males, I mean like the machines, the misty machines, the misty shower machine things that spray nice cool mist upon you, just to get my clothes completely soaked. That was the goal, so that people could not see the swamp aspect, like the targeted wet clothing. So yeah, that was a very embarrassing, sucky day. I didn't want to leave early because it took so long for us to get there. My daughter was so excited, she wanted to ride rides and stuff, but at the same time, like, I'm walking around getting swampy, looking like a swamp creature with swampy parts and stuff, and it showed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was miserable. But it's something that I will never live down. Leah will never let me forget that it occurred. I doubt she even remembers the instance. She just remembers the story of it at this point, and yet still I can't escape it. So I might as well just tell you guys in case she ever tries to talk about it in a live and make fun of me and out me and ha ha ha, mom's an idiot moment. I just beat her to the punch because you already know now. So we'll end on that embarrassing story about the day I turned into a swamp creature with all that entails. Please, someone tell me that you've had one of those moments at anything, where you're outside all day in the heat and you end up, it's more than your body can handle, and it shows. I can't be the only one, right? Please don't let me be the only one. Don't leave me hanging. I'll see you guys in the comments, because that is all. I've had all the fun that I can take. The embarrassing and the interesting, I hope. And yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I will see you in the next video. Stay naughty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.